That's exactly right, Brian. One more night of sleep before the big day, and today has been all about preparation, whether it's at the ballpark or fans stocking up on all their new gear, and they are excited for tomorrow, but also trying to stay calm, hoping for a win. And Shari, they actually flew over the parkway as well. This is all part of their North American tour. They get to show off their Italian heritage and aviation skills. That's exactly right, Sarah. It is a wet and windy day down here at the shore, and you can see a lot of the damage that the storm left from over the weekend. You can see this beach erosion here. This is what beach officials are now having to deal with, trying to fix what was taken away. Walter, officials say the dry and windy conditions tonight helped to fuel the fire. In fact, you can still see the smoke here behind me. We have a good vantage point from where we are. While the fire is contained, now crews are working to put out hot spots, and they say it could take a couple of days. Aliana and Alicia, we just got new information from police. They say that little boy was under the supervision of a nanny at the time of the incident. Yeah, that's right. Plenty of people going to and from the shore, and now they're going to have to pay that $6 toll. A lot of drivers that we've been speaking with say they are just not happy about this. Sarah, good morning. We've been chatting with a lot of people around town, and they say it is a little bit of a hassle to get around the city today. They see a lot of barricades up, but business owners we've been speaking with say they are welcoming the crowds. Walter, this is the second violent home invasion in Philadelphia this weekend. I spoke with the latest victims tonight. They say the intruder was in and out of their home in just about 5 minutes, making off with $1,000 in cash. They're speaking out tonight in hopes someone will recognize the man.
I was scared for my dad.
13-year-old Gloria Rodriguez is speaking out about the terrifying moments her family endured, translating for her mother, who only speaks Spanish.
Of course, she's still frightened and of what just happened.
Gloria says her father was sitting in this chair outside their home on the 500 block of Marwood Road around midnight when a masked man dressed in all black pointed a gun at him.
He told him that he has to go inside and give him anything that he has inside. So then my dad came inside.
Gloria says she and her mom were watching a movie when the intruder burst through the door.
He tied us up with zip ties and then took him upstairs, and my dad had to tell him where the money was.
Surveillance video shows the man leaving. He got away with $1,000 in cash, but not before telling the family to have a nice day. They didn't recognize the man, but say he spoke Spanish.
Shook me up a little bit.
One neighbor tells us he's seen the surveillance video that may show the intruder.
I believe it was an electric scooter because he parked it around the corner and then he walked over here.
Residents say this is a close-knit community and they're shocked this happened.
It's a really safe neighborhood. Never nothing happening here. Always be quiet.
The family says they've lived there for about 7 years and they've never had any issues until now. Gloria tells us her father is in the hospital being treated for a head injury. Meanwhile, police are looking for the suspect. Reporting live at police headquarters, Katie Katro, Fraction News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter.
All right, Katie, thank you.
Walter, tonight we spoke with the victim's son. He tells us his mother was a 3-time cancer survivor, a proud mother of 4, and a grandmother of 20. Tonight, the family is heartbroken and seeking justice.
She was going to ShopRite, and she had a cart, and I said, Mom, be careful. She said, "Boo, I'll be back."
An hour later, Ralph Cathell saw his mother, 77-year-old Dorothea Cathell, after she was struck by a hit-and-run driver at 54th and Lancaster Avenue on Friday evening.
And I watched my mother lie on the ground. Oh, it was a horrible scene.
Medics rushed her to Lankana Hospital, where she later died.
She was a 77-year-old mother, grandmother, community activist, a woman of God, a child of God, helps everybody, so it's hard right now for me and my family.
Police say the driver never stopped, instead reversing down Lancaster Avenue before fleeing south. Investigators say the driver even dropped a woman in the car off at a pizza shop near 56 and Girard.
You wouldn't want nobody to do that to your mother or your grandmother, so turn yourself in.
Neighbors heard the collision and say the intersection is notoriously dangerous.
Bang! So I ran outside.
The other day, I almost got into an accident on my bike.
It's almost like a drag strip right here.
Tonight, the family, along with the community, is calling on the driver to have a conscience and come forward.
I'm going to really miss her. I hope that the Philadelphia Police Department do their job and find the individual who did this evil thing.
Police are looking for a black Infiniti with front end damage and a Delaware paper tag. If you have any information, give police a call. Reporting live at police headquarters, Katie Katro, Fraction News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter.
All right, Katie, thank you.
Yeah, and Walter, we spoke with one resident here who says he was able to capture a moment in the middle of the flooding that looked like it was pulled straight out of a romantic comedy, a meet cute, if you will. Just as AccuWeather forecast, downpours led to flash flooding in Somerdale, New Jersey.
It just came out of nowhere.
Cell phone video captured intense flooding along the 400 block of North Warwick Road.
Ice pouring for like 20 minutes straight, just an absolute downpour.
Andrew Gershman lives in the area and says he couldn't believe what he was seeing.
I mean, it was crazy. It was the worst flooding we've seen here at the end of the street.
But in the middle of all the chaos, Andrew caught a lighthearted moment.
And I thought it was funny when the person, they kind of rescued the other person coming out of the car, and she started laughing, so I realized, she was safe. And then at that point, it was just kind of like a romantic comedy almost kind of moment. I thought it was cute.
Residents say the storms rolled in and out so quickly that within an hour, it was as if nothing had ever happened.
You just got like the debris on the sides that you see, that's about it.
Alani Hernandez says he's grateful the rain finally let up. Now the neighborhood is filled with the sound of drains slowly swallowing what's left.
We're lucky it didn't go into the house. If it kept on raining, it probably would have.
The storm also left its mark in Chester, Pennsylvania. Flash flooding turned Tillman Street and West 2nd Street into rivers. This driver found himself stuck next to his car as police arrived to help. Over at 9th Street and Meadow Lane, another vehicle was impacted. And this was the scene along Hartwick, where flooding stretched for several blocks. Now back here in Somerdale, residents tell us they've never seen the rain fall that hard, that fast. Andrew tells us he is thankful to live in a neighborhood where residents will lend a helping hand even when streets turn into streams. Reporting live in Somerdale, Katie Katro, Fraction News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter.
All right, Katie, thank you.
Brian and Maggie, it's finally warm outside, and a lot of people in the city decided to get out, whether it's to sit on a bench or go for a walk in the park. But if you take a look around, you'll see some plants are in bloom while others aren't, and that is what's causing that pesky pollen problem. The sounds of spring in Rittenhouse Square. But what lurks behind the sweet melody?
It's invisible, it's floating in the air, and it's causing a lot of symptoms for many, many people.
Dr. Manev Sehgal is talking about tree pollen. It's what has some in a chokehold walking around the park today.
That's why I'm also talking like this. I'm like, I'm not sick, but I have allergies.
If you take a look around, you'll see only a few trees are in full bloom, but that's where the pollen problem lies. The real culprit of your sneezing and coughing is from these trees. Dr. Sehgal says it's not the flowering trees that are releasing the pollen, but the trees that are just starting to bud.
I love being outside. Yes, so definitely the pollen allergies can make it not enjoyable.
There are some ways to tackle your pollen allergies.
When you're outside, avoid wearing your contacts. That's going to make eye symptoms worse. Wearing sunglasses will shield your eyes from pollen counts. Wearing a hat so that you don't accumulate that pollen in your hair.
That, combined with medication, depending on how severe your symptoms are, can help you stay outdoors and not miss a beat.
Now, I'm a jazz saxophonist, so my lungs are needed, and the pollen and everything, it just, it's kind of like an ongoing battle.
And brace for impact tomorrow. You heard Brittany say temperatures are going to hover around 80 degrees. And the doctor we spoke with says that makes for the perfect mixture for pollen to be in the air with those warm temperatures and sunshine and a little bit of wind as well. I'm reporting live here in Fairmount Park. Katie Katro, Channel 6 Action News. Brian and Maggie.
Good tips there. We got to grab a hat. Katie, thank you.